Hello students, today we are going to start a new chapter on biology, that is chapter 6, Life Processes. First of all, you should understand what life processes are. The processes that are necessary for an organism to stay alive or to survive are called life processes. These include nutrition, respiration, transportation, excretion, control, and coordination. And what is the criteria for life? It includes growth and movement. You know that all living organisms grow, like plants. They grow from a seed to a mature plant or a tree. Similarly, animals, human beings, and other organisms also grow. And the second criteria is movement. All living organisms, they can move. Plants cannot move from one place to another, but they can move their branches, leaves, etc. And animals, they can move their body parts as well as they can move from one place to another. So these two criteria show that an organism is alive, and these organisms perform these activities that are called life processes. These are certain life processes, that is nutrition, transportation, respiration, excretion, reproduction, and metabolism. Then what is metabolism? Metabolism means all the activities going on in the body of a living organism. It includes catabolism and anabolism. Catabolism means destructive process like respiration. We destroy or decompose big molecules into smaller parts. That is catabolic activity. And anabolism include constructive processes like photosynthesis. During photosynthesis, plants prepare complex structures like glucose from carbon dioxide and water. So these two processes together, that means catabolic and anabolic processes, form metabolic activities. Now the next one is nutrition. Nutrition means the process by which an organism obtains food, that is called nutrition. Different organisms show different types of nutrition. Then another one is transportation. Transportation means movement of substances from one place to another. In plants, xylem and phloem help in transportation of substances, that is water, minerals, and food, from one part to another part. Similarly, in human beings, blood is the tissue that helps in transportation of substances from one part of the body to another. Next process is respiration. Respiration means breathing as well as cellular respiration. Breathing includes inhalation and exhalation, and cellular respiration involves breakdown of complex substances into simpler forms. The next process is excretion. Excretion means the removal of waste products from the body of a living organism. These products or these waste products have to be removed because they are toxic. Then the last process is reproduction. Reproduction means production of a new organism. That is important for the survival of a species or for a population to survive on this planet. Now our topic is nutrition. So first of all, the meaning of nutrition. Nutrition is the process by which an organism obtains energy and nutrients from the food. It helps in growth, maintenance, and repair of damaged tissues. Then what are nutrients? Nutrients are the substances required for the nourishment of an organism. These nutrients include carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins, minerals, and so on. We are advised to take balanced diet because we get all the nutrients from our diet. These are the types of nutrition. They include autotrophic as well as heterotrophic nutrition. Autotrophic means preparing the food, and heterotrophic means dependent on others for food. So here is the meaning of autotrophic nutrition. Auto means self and trophos means nourishment. You have studied about trophic level in chapter 15, our environment. So that is the level of a food chain. So autotrophic nutrition is performed by green plants, algae, blue-green bacteria. They utilize sunlight or chemicals to prepare their own food. The second type of nutrition is heterotrophic nutrition. The meaning of word hetero is others and trophos means nourishment. So when an organism depends on other organisms for its food, then that type of nutrition is called heterotrophic nutrition. The organisms included in this type is animal, mostly all the animals, some plants also that do not have chlorophyll like the cuscuta or amarbel, and fungi. They obtain nourishment from other organisms. Now our topic is nutrition in plants. So plants, they perform autotrophic nutrition. They perform the process of photosynthesis by utilizing energy from sun and combining carbon dioxide and water in the chloroplast of leaves to form complex structures called carbohydrates. Glucose is one of the carbohydrate that is produced during photosynthesis. Along with glucose, oxygen is also produced. So oxygen is the byproduct of photosynthesis. The meaning of term photosynthesis is photo. It means light, and synthesis means to combine or to produce. So green plants produce glucose or carbohydrates in the presence of sunlight. So the process is called photosynthesis. Where is this photosynthesis performed? Inside the leaf. So we have to know the structure of leaf, internal structure of leaf. The internal structure of leaf shows two layers. One is called upper epidermis and another is lower epidermis. In between these two layers, you can see palisade tissues and spongy tissues. So, the upper and lower epidermis act as protective covering for the inner tissues. Okay. These epidermal layers, they are further covered by a layer called cuticle. It is waxy. It protects the internal tissues from damage. It also prevents loss of water from the epidermal layers. You can find some small pores, especially on the lower epidermis of a leaf. Those pores are called stomata. They are guarded by guard cells. They open for transpiration or for gaseous exchange. Now, you can find stomata more on lower epidermis as compared to upper epidermis. In the mesophyll layer, you can see palisade tissues are having more number of chloroplasts because they are on the upper surface, and a leaf gets sunlight from the upper part. So they have more number of chloroplasts on the upper layers because chloroplasts help in the process of photosynthesis, and sunlight is essential for the process of photosynthesis to be carried out. So chloroplasts are found more on the upper surface as compared to the lower surface, whereas stomata are found more on lower surface as compared to the upper surface. Why? Because stomata can help in loss of water if they are present in the upper epidermis, more on the upper epidermis. Okay. Now, this is the structure of chloroplast where photosynthesis takes place. Chloroplast consists of two main parts. One is called the grana and another is called the stroma. Grana are like the pile of coins that are arranged one above the other. They contain chlorophyll in them, the green pigment. In the grana, the light reaction of photosynthesis takes place, where water is broken down into hydrogen and oxygen is released out in the atmosphere. Hydrogen is moved to stroma part, where it combines with carbon dioxide to form glucose. So in stroma, dark reaction of photosynthesis takes place. So here is the definition of photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is the process by which green plants make their own food from carbon dioxide and water using sunlight and in the presence of chlorophyll. So green plants, they can prepare food by the process of photosynthesis when they have carbon dioxide and water, energy from sun and chlorophyll in the leaves. This slide shows the raw materials required for photosynthesis. Carbon dioxide is obtained from atmosphere, water and minerals from the soil, chlorophyll is there in the leaf, and light energy from sun. Oxygen is released out during the process of photosynthesis. These are the raw materials of photosynthesis. First is carbon dioxide. The source of raw material for land plants is, for carbon dioxide, it is air, and for aquatic plants, it is water. The carbon dioxide dissolved in water is obtained by aquatic plants for photosynthesis. And the plants get water and minerals from the soil. Here are the three steps of photosynthesis. They occur one after the other and finally help in the formation of glucose or carbohydrates. So first step is absorption of light energy by chlorophyll. The chlorophyll present inside the chloroplast of the leaf absorbs sunlight. Okay. Then the light energy is converted to chemical energy, which helps in splitting of water molecule. You all know that water is made up of hydrogen and oxygen. So when water is broken down, it converts into hydrogen and oxygen. Oxygen is released out into the atmosphere through the stomata, and hydrogen, it helps in the reduction of carbon dioxide to form carbohydrates, the end products of photosynthesis. Now photosynthesis, it involves conversion of light energy या solar energy to chemical energy. And what is the role of chlorophyll here? Chlorophyll molecules can trap the sun's energy required for photosynthesis. There are some factors that affect the rate of photosynthesis or autotrophic nutrition. These factors are carbon dioxide, water, light, and temperature. These factors should be available in optimum for photosynthesis to take place. Here is the equation of photosynthesis, in which you can see that 6 molecules of carbon dioxide are required along with 12 molecules of water. Both these are the raw materials. In the presence of sunlight or sun's energy, and chlorophyll helps in the process, carbon dioxide and water is finally converted into sugar, that is glucose, and the formula is C6H12O6. Along with the production of water, 6 molecules of water, and oxygen, again 6 molecules of oxygen, that is released out into the atmosphere. This slide shows a cactus plant which has certain modifications for photosynthesis or for survival in desert. Okay. A cactus doesn't have leaves like other plants. Like a mango tree has leaves, a cactus doesn't have leaves. Why? Because it grows in desert areas or dry areas where there is scarcity of water. So, if the leaves are present in cactus like a mango tree or a neem tree, there will be transpiration and all the water will be lost as water vapor. So, to reduce water loss, a cactus plant does not have leaves like a mango or a neem tree. Okay, it has small surface area, again to reduce water loss. The stem is very thick. The green part of the cactus, it is the stem which stores water and it performs the process of photosynthesis. In cactus, you can see spines that are actually the leaves. The leaves have reduced to spines. Why? To reduce transpiration as well as to prevent themselves from the animals that can eat a plant or the herbivores. Okay, they have shallow root system, but the root is extensive, it is spread and it absorbs water and stores inside the stem of the cactus plant. Now there is a question, in desert plants the stomata is open during night. Why? Why so? Because desert plants grow in dry conditions or there is scarcity of water. So, if they open their stomata during daytime, all the water will be lost due to heat in the daytime. Okay. So, they open their stomata during night because they have to perform photosynthesis, and for photosynthesis they need carbon dioxide. So if they open their stomata during daytime, all the water will be lost and they cannot perform photosynthesis. So to absorb carbon dioxide, they open their stomata during night and form an intermediate compound and store that. Okay. Then during daytime, stomata remain closed, but The intermediate is again converted into carbon dioxide and it is used in the process of photosynthesis. So desert plants, they perform photosynthesis during daytime only, but open their stomata during night to absorb carbon dioxide that is required for photosynthesis and store it in themselves. Okay, so they do not open their stomata during daytime. This is the picture showing a summary of photosynthesis. You can see at the top that chlorophyll absorbs sunlight and help the plant in the process of photosynthesis. Carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, water from soil through the roots, and in the process oxygen is released out from the stomata of the leaves and food is stored in the form of starch. The excess food that is prepared by plants is stored in the form of starch in plants. So thank you.